So you try to connect and she starts to back off, push away. So you push a little bit harder and she shuts down or even maybe blows up to create some space. That cycle has a name and it has a fix. And I'll give you a 7-day reset that you can start using tonight to bring more closeness in your relationship that feels good to both of you. I'm Aaron McDougall. I help committed husbands rebuild trust, intimacy, and respect so your wife can feel safe, seen, and drawn to you again. And today we're talking about the pursuer-distancer dynamic, which is one of the most common loops of disconnection in relationship. We're going to talk about what it is, why it shows up, and I'll give you 2 playbooks, one if you're the pursuer and one if you're the distancer that you can implement, and then a 7-day reset strategy that you can start using tonight to create closeness that feels good to both of you. So here's how the loop goes, right? One person, typically the anxious partner, tries to move towards closeness to regulate themselves. The other feels that and starts to move away to regulate themselves. Because of that, the pursuer leans in harder and the distancer tends to back off even more. The result is always tension, always distance, always like there's this wall between you, like you're each walking on eggshell. And when this runs your marriage, trust erodes, desire fades. You both end up feeling lonely. And I really don't want to make this about blame, right? It's important to understand this is about safety. Psychologists call it the attachment dynamics. Anxious partners tend to lean in to feel safe. They're looking for closeness. Avoidant partners tend to lean out to feel safe. They're looking for autonomy. And in those cases, both nervous systems are just protecting the individual. They're just doing it in different ways. And here's the science right behind it. When you're pursuing, your blood floods with cortisol, adrenaline, your system's screaming, don't lose connection, create closeness. Now, when you're the withdrawer and you feel that, your body spikes with stress too, but your system instead says, calm down, escape, get safe, be on your own. Both people are hijacked by their biology. And understanding this really takes a lot of the shame and blame out of it, right? It's not that either of you guys are broken. It's that your nervous system is doing what it thinks will protect you. You've learned to adapt this way to remain secure. My story with Kate is pretty much the same, right? The loop nearly broke my own marriage with Kate and led us to ending it. Early on, I was the pursuer, right? If I thought she was distance, I just pushed harder. I was always checking in. Hey, can we talk about this now? Why are you pulling away? Why are you avoiding me? Why are we so disconnected? And naturally for her, she backed off. The intensity was too much. She needed calm. I also needed calm, but I thought I was getting it through closeness. The harder I pushed, the more she withdrew. And every single time I felt rejected, I took it personally. And every single time she felt invaded and felt more cornered. It wasn't until I learned what was really happening, right? This whole nervous system loop, that things started to change. I learned to slow my breathing, to drop my shoulders, to speak softer, and to invite instead of bring pressure to the relationship. And when I did, Kate eventually leaned back in on her own. Not because I forced her to, but because it was safe for her to do that, because she wasn't invaded anymore. And that's when we really started rebuilding that trust and that intimacy. And that's what I want for you if you're listening to this, right? So if you're the pursuer, if you're the one chasing closeness, this is your playbook, okay? Wanting closeness is good. It's important that you understand that. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way that you go about it that's going to make an impact. So first, you have to calm your body, right? Think about just taking 10 slow breaths, dropping your shoulders, lowering your voice, and then inviting, right? Not pressure. Say, I'd love to hang out tonight. Are you open to that? Not, we need to talk. You never open up. Lead with presence. Eyes up, phone away. Ask one curious question. And then listen, right? Go for those small wins. 10 more minutes beats a 2-hour summit of disconnection pulling away. And then be consistent. Same windows of time, same calm energy, and let that safety build over time. When you mess up, repair it. Hey, I got defensive earlier. I'm sorry, I'm working on that. Be direct. No speeches, no lectures, no blaming. And especially respect the no, right? When you say no, just say, all good, rain check for tomorrow. So swap your language, right? Instead of saying, why won't you talk to me? It becomes, I'm here to listen when you're ready. We never have sex becomes, I miss you. And I want to rebuild some closeness at your pace. We have to fix this now becomes, hey, let's start with one good moment tonight. So if you're the pursuer, think about that. Now, if you're the distancer, if you're the one that needs a little bit more space, needs some autonomy, this is your playbook, right? Needing space is totally fair. But disappearing breaks trust. So build structure around your space to help your partner out. Name your state first, right? I'm flooded. I don't want to say something dumb, right? Ask for a short break, 20 to 40 minutes, not 2 days or a week. And be clear about a return time. Hey, let's come back at 8:30. And then actually return, right? Even if it's messy. Stretch your time in small steps. Stay a little longer each time. Be clear, share one feeling and one need. I feel tense. I need a slower pace in this conversation. And then ask your partner, what are you feeling? Right? So start thinking about swapping some of your language. Instead of saying, I can't do this, it becomes, I need 30 minutes to reset. I'll come right back after that. Saying nothing becomes, I'm just listening. I just need to listen for a second to find my words. And it's fine becomes, hey, this matters. I'm just a little bit flooded right now. So when you think about the 7-day reset, right? If you commit to 1 week, 7 steps, one every day, it's going to make a difference in your relationship. And so here's the 7-day reset that you can start doing today. So day 1 is name the loop together. So no blame, just say, hey, we run a pursuer distancer dynamic. Here's what it looks like. Let's work at it as a team, right? All transformation starts with truth. Day 2 is pick 2 calm windows this week to connect. 20 minutes each, phones away, just be in each other's presence. Day 3 is practice the pause and return rule, right? Either of you can call a 20 to 40 minute break if you're flooded and always return at that time. Day 4 is think about doing micro repairs, right? Coming back together, owning something. Don't be defensive and apologize. Day 5 is make a small bid for connection. Something simple. Hand on the shoulder, a hug, right? Even just stopping to kiss your partner. That is important when it comes to connecting in a healthy way. Day 6 is do one light, fun thing. Maybe a fun walk, going for coffee together, playing a game, being silly. Keep it easy. Play is important in a relationship. And day 7 is share one hope for next week. One small sentence. These steps work because they actually retrain your nervous system and they build a rhythm based on safety and playfulness that you can bring back to your marriage. And when those 3 things are present, connection grows. And so if you want more implementation, right, I put together a free connection blueprint. Small 10-minute steps that lower tension over 7 days. You can click the link below and you can grab it and use it to reset your relationship. And if this served you, hit subscribe and tap the bell, right? Every single week, I share tools that you can use on the very same day you're watching the video to make a difference in your relationship. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, right? Are you more of the pursuer? Are you the distancer? Did you overcome this dynamic? If so, how? And what are you going to implement this week to make a difference in the closeness in your marriage? Drop it in the comments below. Keep leading with love, and I'll see you next week.